One more.
We'll get one more.
Thank you.
You also got him there, Brian, in the back there.
We'll see.
How are you? Good.
It doesn't always happen that way. You know. No, five, six.
Why is it 6? Why is everybody so little spent on cemetery so far?
She gave a detail.
Brought my boy up north.
The trustees explained it. And we got the-
It does.
We've only had like one person that
Great bonding time.
most of the summer.
Is it fire? Where's the second way of egress?
Right there.
Where is
Not all the
it?
time.
Right here. There isn't this one.
No, there is, right there. It's right
Okay, see?
behind the arena.
Frank said no.
What am I supposed to jump down?
No, there's a staircase. There's a fire pole on this slide down.
I would tell you if there's a fire.
I'll call them there. Here, no trees. That's mine over there. I don't think
Yes,
so.
buddy. Yep.
The stairs go down, the stairs? Yeah. I didn't know they did. Well, I learned something new today. Never told me last.
People up in Canada left.
Chief, didn't tell you.
Hi, Jim. How's it going? Good, how are you? Good. How you doing? Hi. Good. Bob. Excellent. Yeah, we were up for the year. We finished yesterday for the season. We're done. We were up 50.4% over last year. Amazing increase for the year.
We have one, do you need one?
I'm looking at
Just for personnel.
potentially buying a property on my own.
You need,
I-
why, for what?
The barn is long term.
I don't think so, because they already voted.
Remember the old bittersweet restaurant? I'm going to try and look into that again. I looked at it a couple of years ago, but. Can you talk to me in the back? That's before we've had all this growth. No, I don't think so. I want a year-round spot. Park our ice cream truck out. GoPros are necessary for what I do. We're too far. GoPro people won't go down. Won't keep the problem. And that's where most of the money's coming from.
Well, that and then the other one is late too.
Safe job.
They cut through 109 down the back road. I think my only hope is to slide a half mile down the street and still keep like following, you know? I'm nervous about even doing that. I'm just gonna pull a tax card tomorrow.
Like this.
Luckily, I don't find another that there was one notified that somebody was trying to get into computers and everything else. And they shut them right down.
Yep. Okay, it's 3:30. I'm gonna call the meeting to order. Roll call, Brian?
Here.
Kyle? Here. Smith is present. Everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're gonna open up to the first public input. Anything today?
Yeah, I guess I would do.
A chair over there.
You need a chair? Yeah, there's chairs there. Roy, you need a chair?
For a second.
Okay.
You.
Seeing no public input?
I'll write it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. Chris Elliott.
Yeah, thank you. So I have two things, actually. The first is, I know there was an article in the Conway Sun today, and everybody's aware of it, but I think can't say it enough, that we have a big event at the park on Saturday, on October 18th at 11 o'clock. We are celebrating the reopening of the Deer Run Trail, and we're also dedicating the viewing area to Jacob McConnell, who I know you're aware, he did a lot of work to help us survey that area and was a great assistance to us. We seem to have a big crowd that's showing up, a lot of attendees, and we're eager to to have there and to see what we've done. I think it's never, you can't say it enough. We want to thank the town, TJ, and your crew for all the work as recently as putting the kiosk over there. And so you guys have been great, and it's really been a community effort. Some of us have been over there the last couple of days, checking things out. We've seen lots of people, and it was a beautiful weekend for that. Lots of praise. Lots of praise for the project, and I'd also say lots of praise for the craftsmanship of the work that was done. So we feel very good about that. The second point I want to bring up is we're a little surprised and confused by a recent communication that we got about code and concerns about code issues. And we, I think, have a different interpretation than has been portrayed. We follow the Forest Service Trail Accessory Guidelines. There seems to be differences of opinion about the code and how it was followed. So to that end, I think what we would request is that we have a meeting with the board and code advisor, officer, and members of our board and the contractor, sit down and talk about it. We're not sure all the information was available to everybody when decisions were made, so we would like to set up a meeting. And the idea of the meeting would be, let's step back, sit down, what can we do to make sure we're all on this common ground and we all feel good about the way things are. So I throw that out to the board. I'm hoping you'll accept. I think getting together and sitting down makes good sense. Let's move forward and make sure we do this the right way.
So, any other public input before I'll respond to Chris? Dallas, you raise your hand?
No, I'm not sure what he's talking about
Yep.
as far as code. So.
Yeah, so the boardwalk that was built down in Constitution Park with both town and grant money is required to be built to the building code, the IBC 2021. There is no exemption to that. That has been both confirmed by town attorney and both Primex. I laid out in that email, which I believe Matt shared with you, all the code issues that need to be addressed. None of them are catastrophic or major, but we're talking a municipal project that needs to meet building code, and there's no way around it. That's been supported by 2 attorneys. Secondly, the contractor in RSA 155A, which is Hermit Woods, was required to be built to building code. There is no exemption to that. That's specified in the state building code. The town doesn't have any leeway with that. That's passed down by the state legislature. The town can only have building code that's more restrictive. You can't have it less restrictive than the state minimum, which is, in this case, the IBC 2021. And within the IBC 2021, as I laid out in that email, I laid out all the prerequisites, requirements with the corresponding code data to get it where it meets both the IBC code requirements and within that the ADA requirements. And ultimately, when those factors meet code, then a certificate of occupancy has to be issued. Some would say, well, we're not occupying it, it's a deck, it's a boardwalk. That's not true. The CO applies to all structures except for those that are exempt within the building code. And that is a narrowly tailored, narrowly focused list of structures, sheds, etc. This is not that. This needs to meet code, it needs to have a CO issued. The grand opening can continue, but ultimately the contractor, who is both legally and civilly required to meet code, that falls actually on him. He's supposed, hold on, let me finish.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, he's supposed to call for inspections. He's supposed to ensure that the process moves along. That duty is on him in the law, not on the town or anyone within any official capacity. So having a meeting is great, but everything I just stated is not going to change in that meeting. We want to get it where it needs to be. Ultimately, it's a taxpayer project that was done by incredible volunteers, which is you guys. Right? You're the ones that did this project, but ultimately it needs to meet code. There's no way around it. So I appreciate the need for the meeting, but ultimately, I think code has to be met, the CO has to be issued at some point in the future here. We're not talking by Saturday or next week. At some point, the contractors have to come back, get it where it needs to be, the CO will be issued, then that permit is closed, and everybody's happy.
Can I respond?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So, a couple things. I hear what you're saying. I guess what surprised us a little bit, Jonathan, is that we're hearing about this at the very end of the game. And you were on the advisory committee, and I think if what you said was true, why wasn't that brought up then? Okay, I'll just say that.
Yeah, and I'll answer you.
Okay, and I guess the other thing I would say is, let's move forward. I want to move forward. Let's sit down, what mitigating things can we do that will make things right? Because again, we used another interpretation. We used the Forest Service interpretation, which is what this contractor has used for many years. He's done work for 12 years. He's never had an issue in these kinds of things, and he went by certain stipulations. So that's where he was coming from. He wasn't purposely trying to.
No, I think it's
So I think the idea
oversight.
being, if we can all go out,
Yeah.
maybe to the site,
Yeah.
we sit down and say, yeah, this really needs to be done. If it's a situation where it's a 31 inches above rather than 30 inches, that be okay? You know, and in some cases, we went out there and did some measuring ourselves this past week to see where the situation.
Yeah.
But I guess we're asking,
Yeah.
let's sit down, let's all come to a conclusion of what works best so we can move forward.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back, I
Correct.
want to go forward.
Correct. Yep. So on the advisory committee, that was way back to decide who was gonna pick what. Now, I wasn't the building inspector then. I was not in that role. Since that point, I came into this role because that building inspector had to go out. I don't need to talk about his reasoning, but he had to leave. And that's water under the bridge. But the bottom line is, it's not my code. I don't make this up. This is in writing from the state as adopted, and we are obligated to follow it as confirmed by both town attorney and Primex. There is no gray with it. I would love for it to be gray and have it just go away, but we can't. We have to issue a CO, because ultimately, you have grant money, and ultimately, it's a town project that if we don't issue a CO or issue one on a project that's not code compliant, then we have some liability in that. Well, ultimately, right now, the contractor's liable. I know you're saying Forest Service, et cetera, I don't know where he got that from, I don't know where he does work, but ultimately, that doesn't apply.
Well,
This is not federal land, this is not a
Right.
federal project, this is a municipal project on town property that has to follow the code.
Okay.
So,
Well, he does work all over New England. He's
And-
done it for
and-
12 years, and he's got a very reputable experience and great
so
reputation.
maybe he's done a lot on federal project lands, I can't speak to that, this is not federal land, this is town land. So,
All right, so let's see if we can set up a time in the coming week or two
Yeah.
when we can all go out there, and we'll certainly try to get Sam from Hermit Woods to come. He's over in Vermont, he's got other projects he's working on, but we're in communication with him, perhaps either being on site or being via phone or
yeah,
FaceTime, whatever it might be. So that we can sit down and establish what do we need to do to
Yeah.
get where we need to get.
yeah.
Okay?
And I'll gladly meet him there anytime, Matt, the town administrator, there's no reason.
Well, I
to-
think, I would like the entire Board of Selectmen to be there, I'd like you to be there, I think some of us on our board should be there, and the contractor hopefully can be there as well.
And that's gonna have to be a scheduled posted meeting, that's gonna you have no choice in that.
I understand,
Yeah.
I understand. Well, that's how you resolve things.
Yeah.
You sit down and talk about it.
And,
And I guess, Don, I guess we would have wished, and again, I'm not trying to go look backward, but we would have wished if maybe we could have had that meeting before some of the decisions were made.
so again, I'm gonna get back to this. I did go out back in August, as you recall, when I met the contractor on site when the project first started. And I went to him and I had concern for the treatment of the wood.
Right.
And I was dismissed, like, what I was implying was not true. I got back from vacation, because I was on vacation when I got that call. I sent a lengthy, detailed email with the reasons why that boardwalk should have been treated appropriately, and it was dismissed, it was not responded to. So the contractor knew when I went down there that this thing had to be built to code, and he chose to ignore it. So with that being said, from that point forward, I didn't go back. He never called for one inspection, which is on the onus is on him to call for inspections along the way. If he called for an inspection and I showed up, I probably would have been able to point out and say, what's his name?
Sam Brakely.
Sam, this does not meet code. You have to do X, Y, or Z. But he never called.
Okay.
So that being said, until I did my final site visit,
Yeah.
assessment, and looked at it, and then did my research like I always do, I said, this doesn't meet code, there's no way I can sign off on it, because you're putting a liability on me, which then goes to these two, because they're part of the board.
Right.
So that's all this is, getting it where it's legal and everybody's content and compliant with the process.
And in John's defense, I received a call from you guys quite upset that he went there to do his job as a building inspector, and you guys kind of asked me to have him not do that,
Right.
if you recall.
No, I'm gonna correct you
To
now.
go through you.
Hold on, let
No.
him, Chris, let him finish.
Well, that's it, so
Yeah, but
you
wait a
can
second.
have a different perspective.
No, I think, Matt, we would prefer it, since we were the ones that hired him, that you would have come to us, and then we could have gone and talked. But again, that's water under the bridge. That was our upset. We felt we got an end run here, and just like just like the decision that was made, we were even cognizant that you were making this decision. We were
Well-
left in the dark, okay? So let's not look back.
Hold on, Chris,
Let's not look back.
Chris. It's not, I agree with you, we're moving forward, but you keep bringing up the past. And the fact of the matter is, Matt is correct. He called me stating that you attempted to have me not conduct inspections anymore, when that is my duty as both the chairman and the building inspector.
Without going through you guys.
Without going
This
through
is a
you
communication
guys.
thing right here.
Right.
Untrue,
So,
untrue. We're gonna have a difference of opinion. on
okay,
that.
so we'll put water under the bridge.
Yeah.
We'll let it go, we're moving forward, because the past is the past. We
Right.
wanna get this project, because again, it's a town project.
Right.
That has to meet code, there's no ifs, ands, or buts
Right.
about it.
Okay.
And that's all we wanna do.
Okay.
So, the idea that you were left out of the loop is not true. I brought it to the board's attention as required, and then it was notified to you. I don't go to you first with this, I have to go to the board first.
Well.
'Cause you're not the
Again, the other thing I would
contractor.
say, John, and I'm not trying to go in the past, but again, you know I am about communication.
So am I, I'm big on it.
Well, I think if we had known that this was gonna come up to be a board vote, we could have come and talked at that time. But let's not dwell, that's what I'm talking about, a little proactive communication that we could have found out ahead of time. That you were gonna discuss this as an agenda item would have been very important for us, and we would have.
Well, I couldn't do that due to the nature of the conversation, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay, well, we'll let it be. Let's set up a time when we can meet, and should we go through Matt to do that, or how should we do this?
Yeah, through that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go through Matt.
Okay,
Go through Matt,
and we'll try to get in the next couple of weeks.
Schedule it.
If we can do that.
yep. I mean, in the interim, does Herman Woods have that email of all the correspondence with the facts?
No, because I was trying to offer them the respective, I asked Edwina if you guys wanted to be involved, or if I just should, so I've been waiting to, try to offer that respect that you wanted, which was to be the primary contact with Sam.
Well, we have contact.
So, okay, so he has the email correspondence. Okay, great. Got it, Edwina.
So I just want to say, obviously, I'm very upset. And I'm really disappointed that you have chosen to bring out a lot of what you just said without hearing and the other people knowing the other side of it and the other conversations. We were hoping that we would just ask for a meeting and that we could move forward and have a meeting. But you have said some things here that are not 100% true. I have been the one that was responsible for the permitting. It was me. It was in the contract. And you were on the advisory committee, as you were, and as TJ was, and as you were, Matt, and Justin was, to award the contract. You saw the language in the contract. You saw the language in our prospectus that we put out that talked about the U.S. Forest Service ADA codes. It did not talk about the international building codes. The first that we've heard of this, the code part, was about a month ago when you called me on the phone. And the stain issue, we have, you and I talked a bit on the phone, and we have some texts that went back and forth. We have pictures of the pressure-treated wood that states that it's for ground contact and states that it has the copper stuff already in it. It's only 2 inches thick. That you actually took off of Amazon and threw it at the contractor and said, here, you've got to put this on every raw edge. I could go on for an hour here, but I know you're here for other business. We're not on the agenda. And I think that was one of the things we were trying to do, was to get on an agenda so we can take some time to really go through this. You keep saying you don't want to go backwards. I appreciate that. We need to move forward. We need to make it right. But it is not 100% on the contractor. Some of it is on me and some of it is on you.
No, it's not.
So well, you can say that all you want, but as far as zoning goes, if I'm building a house I know that at least the other zoning inspector would come occasionally and look at the house, and if there was issues right then, would talk to mano a mano, in person, not via an email. That never happened. The project was done 3 weeks ago. We just got an email on Wednesday afternoon, late, that the Selectmen's meeting on Monday discussed this. I don't know when and how, it wasn't on the video and it wasn't on the agenda. And that a vote was taken to hold back monies from him, which is not right. It is not his fault. And that there were code violations. So it's like, where did that all come from? You and I in our conversations, I'm not gonna make a big deal about this is for future information, because there are interpretations of some of these codes. There are interpretations. And I looked at the paperwork. The Selectmen's meeting was on Monday. On Wednesday, Matt received the notice from the zoning officer, that happens to be you, 2 days later after the Selectmen took the vote. I don't know what kind of vote was taken without all the information that came forward. You're doing black and white with zoning stuff. You can't tell me there aren't other things in this town that are not safe right now at this moment, that the insurance company, if they knew about, would be having a fit. This trail is safe, and we're happy to show you where, and we're happy to make amends where it needs to be. But it should have done while the project was going on, while the people were here. This contractor is as honest as the day is long. He's a good person. It would never occur to him. We've talked to other people in New Hampshire and in other communities that have built these trails. You need a building permit. We never had a building permit with a pavilion. Why would, unless we were told you need a building permit, it would never occur to us, this is the town's property. I would have thought the town would have been the one that would have come to us and said, hey, you need a permit.
So I
So-
did. So the contractor is required to obtain a building permit. Again, that's in state law. Hold on, the onus is on him to obtain a building permit. So because he didn't, I had Matt fill out a building permit on behalf of the contractor, and it's been processed and placed into Avatar to make sure it follows the right process.
That was the day he started,
And,
yes.
yeah, again,
We
but,
put it up on the tree.
and that's fine.
But it wasn't news to us. It
But
was just-
again, there's no blame here. The contractor should know this. He's a contractor for 12 years.
He's never had to do that in a community
Then
ever.
I can't speak to his
okay.
ignorance on the law, but that is the process. That is the process. It's
Okay.
not my process.
And, okay, but you don't hold any accountability to any of this at all, being on the advisory committee and seeing the
I'm
RFP
not the
and
building
seeing the
inspector.
contract?
I was not the building
It doesn't
inspector.
matter,
Sure
you
it does.
apparently know this stuff.
No,
it doesn't.
no,
Okay.
Edwina, please don't deflect from the matter at hand, which is the
I'm
contract.
not deflecting, Jonathan.
Edwina?
Yeah, here we go.
We're moving on, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's move on to budget sheets. Emergency management, we have to revisit this one. Last meeting, it had a, what do you call it?
The warrant article
Correct.
had been added into the budget once it passed the town meeting, it needed to be removed. It actually had been encumbered from the year before,
Right,
we just had to remove it. This is actually level funding, and some of the lines did change at the EMD's request,
Right.
but it's the same bottom line budget that we've had for almost every emergency
So it's
budget.
$6,700, which is the same as last year. Make a motion to approve this?
Second.
All those in favor? Economic development, Jim.
I'm here, yep. So we've essentially asked for level funding, so our budget includes $300 for Mountain Washington Valley Economic Council membership for the town, so that's $300 there. We're looking for $7,500, which is essentially level from last year. We split it up amongst a bunch of categories. Some are operating, I'll call it operating expenses, which operate our website. We have hosting that has to be done, technical support. We have a Zoom account because some of our members do go remote. We're made up of mostly retirees that some travel, so when we have a quorum, we'll have somebody remote. And then for this coming year, we're looking at trying to create some sort of community event, so we've budgeted some money for that. Something that would garner interest in the town, bring people in the town on an annual basis, like, you know, they got the Mud Bowl up in Conway or whatever. Maybe we have our own version of something like that that would draw people in. Then there's another group of projects where we do infrastructure things. I'll call it beautification, make the town look better. We did flags and banners this past year as an example. In the past, we've done street lights, the playground, the sidewalk, so those types of projects, as well as some marketing money to try to bring attention to the town of Ossipee so that businesses look up, why would I move to Ossipee? They see there's a bunch of other businesses, for example. So we've started a spotlight program. We've been working cooperatively with the chamber on some of this kind of stuff where we're promoting businesses in town so that people see that there are other businesses here. So we want to continue that.
Yep,
in
you
next
guys are
year.
doing a great job.
Thank you.
You guys, the board have any questions?
No.
Side thought, I think, so on the town website, we had, and I think we still have a list of businesses, and it's consistently brought to our attention that it's not up to date because no one manages that, but if the EDC's already kind of doing that, maybe we can remove it from the town website?
So we haven't created that list. I know I've gone and looked at the list myself and asked you about it. It's
Yeah.
over there. But we have not created that list. You know, the chamber has a list, but it's only members and it's more than just Ossipee. So there really isn't another one right now.
All right, so your perspective, Jim, from the EDC is that we should, even though it's not great, we should keep the list we have.
It's a list, but
Yeah.
you know, maybe we could get somebody that could spend a little bit of time culling through the list and at least eliminating the ones that are obviously no longer here as a start. You had a form at one time if a business wanted to get on that list.
Yeah.
You know, they could be proactive themselves and we could point people to that to get on the list.
Yeah.
As part of communications, the chamber could do the same.
I think that form's still on there. If not, it should be.
I think it's back in the archives thing, because when I search it, I find a reference to it, but then it says you gotta log in to access it or
So that
something
means
like that.
the link
so-
is broken, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a worthwhile thing to have, it's just, I
Yeah.
agree with you, it's hard to keep that kind of thing up.
Yeah, it is. Sorry to
All right,
digress
no,
from
it's
the
all
budget,
good.
but
All
we don't
right.
get this opportunity often, so.
Awesome. All right, make a motion to approve of 7,800.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I got the rec department, TJ?
Yep,
Budget in front of
the
me?
increase on there is, the town voted last year for a full-time. That's pretty much all the increases, we flat funded everything else, but we have Izzy and there's a little bit of increases in insurance and stuff, but it's uncontrollables.
So it's primarily payroll, and the increase is due to the warrant article, like you said, at town meeting, creating another full-time position.
Yep.
The total budget amount is $325,655, an increase of $23,600. The board have any questions?
No.
And just notice you're no longer gonna have recognition awards. Why is that? I was wondering. Just looking for a place to keep it down, or?
Yeah, like when, you find it real quick, Kyle. So when we did this, when Justin wanted to propose the full-time person, we looked at place to, I mean, it's pretty impressive, you got a full-time person with a benefit package and, or whatever they have is $23,000 increase. He cut another, he hasn't brought any services away, so he, in my opinion, this is a really good budget, but yeah, I think he cut down on that, and it doesn't mean he can't still get them through another line item that he can save on. We get to the end of the year, he was talking to me even about buying them like the end of this year if we have money left for next year, so like, we're gonna work around it is pretty much what we're gonna do.
Okay, so I'll make that motion to approve $325,655. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Government buildings.
Should go up about 90,000, but it's 9,000. Flat funded everything except for payroll and uncontrollables. Just, that's something in the future, maybe after this year, we talk about maybe a warrant article of putting stuff away because,
I know, we have the lobby downstairs needs to be done, we have stairs out here that need to be
the
repaired.
heating system, the
Heating
electrical
systems,
system,
electrical
sewer
system, plumbing
system.
system, so we're gonna have to do a big warrant article at some point. Board have any questions before I make a motion? So I make a motion to approve $332,655 for government building. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Highway department.
Mr. Chairman, you're voting to recommend,
Correct. Voting to recommend to give it to the budget committee. Approve the amount for the budget committee.
Highway department?
Highway department.
I went up 5,000 on gravel. I guess I can take a couple seconds to talk about why, because we got a deal with our paving company that we're using their gravel machine to gravel our own shoulders of our hot top.
Yep.
It's way more efficient, does a way better job. If you look at Old 28, Isaac Buswell, we've done those already, we're gonna be on Granite tomorrow. The gravel's not cheap. So we gotta, and we're also graveling roads more, trying to get a better base. And then I went up on dust control because the new prices aren't out for dust control, and I'd rather not kick ourselves. It's a $5,000, it's not a big amount, but I'm sure it's gonna go up, everything else does, so we don't get pricing till the spring, so.
Can never have enough anyway.
No,
Yeah,
dust
dust control, we ran out this year.
Right.
But this year was kinda crazy.
With the drought.
Yeah, it was brutal. Pretty straightforward, like TJ explained, 2 small increases and then general salary increases. The new amount is $1,667,070. Make a motion to approve that?
Second.
Any more discussion on it, questions? No? All those in favor? Aye. Transfer station, TJ.
Yeah, this one, there's only a 2% increase and I didn't increase anything. But one thing I wanted to bring up in front of everybody and the camera is, if you go down and you look at that hauling and dumping, you see what that is year to date? The year that it was like the second year we were here when we took over the transfer station and did that big rehaul.
Yep.
That was over budget in November.
Right.
We're half of it
Yep.
coming in, and that just goes back to like watching the market, recycling what's worth recycling, and doing that. And that, like, I looked at that the other day and I was like, I want to bring that up because that's a really big, we always went over on hauling and dumping. Like, this town never was not over on hauling and dumping, so that's,
If we didn't do what we did down there, this budget would be 800 plus.
yeah, that's a pretty big deal. We're at 177,
Well,
so.
since you're pointing it out, and we're only at that point in October, is there the ability to cut that for next year a little bit, to maybe level fund this without going up 2%?
I did cut that last year, Kyle, from 325 to 300. My fear is that we cut it and then recyclables go through the tank and I gotta throw it into the MSW. So I would rather have it and us not get in that situation we were before, and it will go back into the unassigned fund balance. That's my opinion. I mean, it's kinda like the whole, I'm gonna say it for
It's the unknown.
the tan mill thing. Can you cut it? But get in a situation you need it.
Show it out to Dallas.
Yeah, hauling and dumping is something we have to pay, so I don't wanna get in that situation and have to rob it from, say, the rec or some other department.
I get it.
So that's,
Good question, but it's like, it's a best guess, right? We're trying to do a best
Yeah.
guess on what we think we might need.
and that is lower than it ever has been.
Yep.
But I agree with you, we're probably gonna be at 240, because we have to haul a lot out. People leave this time of year, people are leaving their houses and they clean things out, you know what I mean?
Close up the summer home.
Holding,
Well, for instance, I was talking to Dennis Coates, and he was showing me all the bales of cardboard that they've been saving up, waiting for when they can
Yeah.
get a better price on, and literally they were piled
Yeah.
to the ceiling inside the building in there, plus outside one of the bays there as well. You know, waiting to hopefully, do better later on with what we can get for recycling costs.
I try not to sell it if it's not over 90, because if it's under 90, we're wasting our money.
Luckily, we got the room, we can store it in the
Yeah,
meantime, it's
yeah.
good, it's good.
So total budget amount is $616,935, an increase of $12,295. Make a motion to approve this.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Vehicle and equipment maintenance,
Flat funded everything, except for payroll and,
flat funded except for wages. That total amount is $309,500, or an increase of $10,690. Make a motion to approve this.
Second.
Any more discussion?
It's mostly because of insurance and payroll, looks like.
yeah. He's got the chief's oil changes now down to under $20, which you guys were at 144, correct, before?
Yeah.
Bringing it somewhere, so he's done an excellent job buying fleet material and
Yes.
he's doing a good job there.
So all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Cemetery, they gave us a detailed explanation from the trustees explaining why the budget is underspent this year. Part of that is the drought and some staffing issues, but basically they're asking for level funded in the amount of $74,958. You got anything to add to that, DJ, or?
Nope, I don't. They have a new mower
Yep.
that you guys voted on last year, and it's still sitting in the garage waiting for theirs to break, but we didn't wanna get halfway through the year. They don't have a big cushy budget to buy one, so they have one all brand new sitting there, so they should be in good shape.
So I'll motion $74,958. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's the extent of the budgets. red folder items. We have a request from the library, letter of ownership of public records. Basically, they want to go for a grant from it's to preserve David McPhail's illustration of the Pig. It's a grant in the amount of $2,200 from the New Hampshire State Library. And they need authorization from the Board of Selectmen to pursue it. It's a pig character that was dropped off there in 1987. So it's an old, and they have pictures here if someone wants to view it, public document.
It's an illustration from the child's book.
Right, correct. So, I mean, I have no issue with them pursuing the grant. I make a motion to approve this.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I gotta date this. Today is the 14th.
Yes.
Do you want that right back, or?
It's quite the drawing.
Yeah, it is. See that after. I have two intent to cut wood or timber. One is for map 133, lot 40. And then next one is map 133, lot 41. Taxes are paid. Make a motion to approve these.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
3 water sewer warrants. First one is in the amount of $13,763.41. That's the monthly bill. Next one is $23,527.07. That's all the hydrants and all the other bills that go out. And then the last one is $92.26. That's just for some admin fees for property sales. Make a motion to approve these three.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I got meeting minutes from October 6th from the Selectmen meeting. Make a motion to approve these.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I have, oh, so this is for you, Chief. You're looking to put your officers on 12-hour shifts, correct?
Correct, yes.
So we can do it, Matt got confirmation through labor law, that it can be done. Obviously, you're just gonna have to work out your schedule,
Yes.
and it's laid out in here.
Yeah,
Add
I,
anything to it, or?
no, so when I read the RSA the first time, it says, work period, and that's easy to confuse with pay period, but they're independent of each other, so even though we get paid weekly, they can view the aggregate of like a 14-day schedule when you're under this special exemption for first responders, and thanks to Selectman Keys for bringing that to my attention, because that's actually what they do in Laconia where he is, so Chief confirmed that with his colleagues, and I checked with the state. They didn't say yes or no, but basically referred me back to the exemption, which, yeah.
We don't really need to motion this. He has the authority under 105 to manage his department. I mean, do we need to motion this, or we sign it?
So the reason I said that is because that's contrary to the employee handbook,
Okay,
so this
so-
would be an exception to policy.
All right, so I'll make a motion to authorize the chief to manage his agency with 12-hour shifts for his staff.
Perfect, thank you. And
Is there a second?
Second.
Any other discussion?
No, is it the 56
Yes.
day? Yeah.
yes,
All those in favor?
Aye.
You want that back right away, or? All right. The medical plan, should I hit on that?
Yeah. You the boss?
So we're looking to offer more options to the employees to save both the employees' money and in turn will save the taxpayer money by offering optional medical plans. They'll be tiered down in 3 different levels, so they can have the best plan, but they pay more, or tier it down to the lowest level, which they'll save, and then the town will save. So Matt did the research on this. I assume you guys have a chance, you have this in front of you?
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to authorize the town offers 3 of these reduced plans to the town employees, and Matt will work out the logistics on that. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion on it? No?
Is it, I just want to say, I think Health Trust is the only one that can't assess a change at this point,
Correct.
right?
Like school's choice, where they're getting clobbered. Yeah, exactly.
So that's good.
So this is a good option, maybe it'll save money for everybody. All those in favor?
Aye.
Do you have to add something?
I am still trying to get a quote from a non-municipal risk pool, because the municipal risk pool space has been so iffy. And if there's an opportunity to save the taxpayers money and take less risk for the town, I'm exploring that. It's not easy to get insurance quotes
Right.
at this size, but I'm working with CGI Benefits to try to come up with comparables, make sure we're doing our fiduciary responsibility.
That's good. So I have a note here, this is from Angie, the Secretary Selectmen. She got a call, so just received a call from a resident on Granite Road, and he wanted to praise TJ and the highway crew for going above and beyond while the paving of Granite Road was being completed, so I always tell you thank you, TJ, but thank you again. Good job. Tell the guys the same. Okay. You have anything else? TJ?
No, you're gonna read the
Yeah,
code,
yeah, you got it?
I have one thing. The fuel,
Yep.
this is a gamble every year, but we don't enter into a contract and thinking the fuel might go down
Yep.
lower. But I think we're at the lowest we're gonna get, and I think we should enter into this. It's $2.72 for number 2 heating oil. We probably should do it quick because we're gonna start filling everything back up for winter. Unleaded, diesel is $3.09, which for diesel is pretty decent. And gas is never gonna change, it's always low rack plus 20 cents, so.
This is through CN
CN
Brown,
Brown.
which we've been using for,
Through the years, we've really tried to go with
We've
Irving,
put
with
it out to bid with
everyone, we
Irving,
put it out
no
to
one
bid, but
else.
it's such a, it doesn't work, because
it does.
they want you to use a card to go to the gas stations, and as you know, it doesn't work, we're on a generator system here, like, we need our own fuel site, and CM Brown is the best.
Right, they wanna push us away from our fuel site and get us
Yeah.
to go, which is not gonna work for
No.
us, not right now
And
anyway.
we would have to split it up 3 different ways. We would have to have one person do the diesel, one person do the gas, one person do the propane.
Which
It
is
just
not,
doesn't.
and that's gonna eliminate your bulk pricing,
Yeah,
you're not gonna get the advantage,
So,
not having it
and-
all for one vendor.
it's my recommendation we enter into this contract, but the board can make that.
You guys have any questions for him on that? I'm comfortable with it, we've been using them for a long time. They seem-
Right now, we're paying way over that because we're not in a contract,
Right.
so
How long is the contract for?
it goes a year, till next July.
So just read the prices again, and I'll make a motion. on those.
272, well, I'm just gonna round them down, or
Yeah.
whatever. Number 2 heating oil is 272, diesel's 309, gas is low rack plus 20 cents,
Okay,
which is
I'll make a motion for TJ to sign the contract with CN Brown for the prices he just quoted.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anything else, TJ?
Nope.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm gonna read something here from the State of New Hampshire Judicial Branch. As many of you know, in both the public forum and on camera, the Main Street, the town-owned building that's used to be called the Main Street on 15 Moltenville Road. That is at the final stages before it's demolished, but I wanna just read, this is from the court. It's titled Ossipee Revitalization Group versus the Ossipee Board of Selectmen. And I'm gonna read this. This is an order. On April 18, 2025, the court issued an order granting the town's motion to dismiss the case. Over the next 5 months, Ms. Clark filed no less than 11, listen to that number, 11 different pro se motions to reopen, reconsider, or otherwise revisit the merits of the case. All of those motions were denied by the court. Now, following the most recent denial, Ms. Clark has filed still 5 more motions, so we have 16 motions here, wasting your money, seeking essentially the same relief. This is from the judge. Enough is enough. The court has done its best to understand and fairly address the substance of Ms. Clark's complaints and its rulings, but it will not allow the resources of the judicial branch to be further and unreasonably burdened by this avalanche of repetitious filings. I want to applaud the judge for taking a firm stance on the nonsense that we have been claiming for the last year. 16 filings, wasting not only state resources in the judicial branch, but also your money through our legal line. And that's a big factor why our legal line is up, because of these kinds of lawsuits. And I said it way back, and I'll say it again, you can sue a ham sandwich. I've said that in the newspaper, and I'm going to say it today again. It's nonsense, and I'm glad I read that. And I make a motion to put this on the town webpage, because we've been villainized and attacked over this, going on probably 2 years. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So. Anything else from the board?
Speaking of the website, I'd like to make a motion that we close Moltenville Road on
Oh, good one.
Halloween, October 31st. I believe it's 5 to 7, but we could double check with Justin.
I'll second that motion. Do you have anything to add on that, chief?
Just the same as we did last year.
Correct,
just do
close it
correctly.
from Door Street to the other side completely.
Yeah,
No local
whatever
traffic.
you think. I was gonna say from the Catholic Church on Moltenville to the Mountain Road, but that's,
Completely, no local traffic. I suggest close it completely. It's 2 hours.
okay.
So you wanna?
Well, if someone lives there, they can still get home, right? I mean, that would be local traffic. I'll let you call an audible, but my motion stands.
Stay your motion.
we closing now?
Moltenville Road.
Moltenville for trick or treating on Halloween.
So yeah, we just had, we did it last year, and it was,
Used to do it back several years ago.
And we'll put the message boards out saying.
So where are we starting and stopping?
Catholic Church.
Well, you kinda have to do Door Street and Doors Corner, because
Yes.
where's the car gonna go? If it gets to the Catholic Church, where's it gonna go? Other than turn around. If you do it at Door Street, you can send them up Door Street and take Doors Corner to go around if they have to go up to like Valley Road. Chief and I
Yes.
talked about it this morning. I think if you get them down to Mountain Road, where are they gonna go? They're
Okay.
gonna have to go out around
We
Mountain.
have a pending vote. Do we need to change that?
Well, he didn't say where. He said he
Okay.
doesn't care,
All
but.
right, I'm gonna leave it up to you
Yeah,
guys. This
no,
is the
I-
discussion.
So
the message that-
Door Street to
Trust
Doors
you guys.
Corner?
Yep.
Correct,
Everybody okay?
Okay.
yeah.
yes.
We're all set?
We have barricades that we've talked about it this morning.
Yes.
The only thing you want to clear up is something else other than trick or treating. It's like a different, it wasn't trick or treating, you called it something
Was
else.
it trunk or treating that night?
Is there something else that day, or?
I'm not sure, I gotta find out the dates, but,
We'll have to
You're
talk to
talking about
Justin.
the first congregational.
yes,
I don't think there's any parking entanglement there.
Oh, there's not? Oh, okay.
no.
That's
Okay,
all
so I'll
on
try to
leave personnel.
Okay,
Chief,
let me just close out this motion and then we can keep talking, because that's an off topic from the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Now you can talk about that.
Yeah, we just talked about it this morning, I don't
Trunk or
know.
treat down at the church, the PD's gonna participate since they had that new Humvee in the trailer. The detective, his wife, and admin assistant Jen is planning to open that up for trunk or treating that night. So if it interferes, we'll have all the people up in Moltenville Road area for that.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Kyle.
I'd just like to start maybe a quick discussion on a way that we could come up with to honor someone that we just lost recently here in town. Tim Otterbach, that passed away recently of cancer, was very active in a lot of different groups and organizations around town, including the Friends of Constitution Park. I'm not sure if there's some way to honor him as remembrance.
Non-public discussion. We could have a non-public on that. We were gonna actually bring that up in a non-public.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we should visit that at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Because we have somebody else for that also, and that's non-public discussion. But that's, I agree with you fully. Yeah.
I'm sure if CPO would have ideas on that, on a trail or something maybe, or?
Well, we haven't met yet as a board about that, but we did create a sign that is up on the new kiosk with a quote that he had sent in a text about the platform, actually,
Oh,
and a photograph of him and of the lake. So
Oh.
that's on the kiosk, but no, it would be really nice to do something official. and-
Yeah, Tim was a great man. I enjoyed talking to him. He had a lot of knowledge of the area and loved the outdoors.
if you let me know what your board would like to do, I'd be happy to bring it to my board.
Okay, well, and you can vice versa too.
Yeah,
I mean, you
yeah.
could have a conversation. We're pretty tapped out right now, so.
Kyle, I have something on for an official town thing. That's why it needs to go to a non-public. That's the only
Right.
reason why for him.
Right, I understand.
So that's.
And I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about as well, so.
Okay, so I'm not dismissing it. I'm
Yep,
just,
understand.
Yeah.
Just
But
put it on the
happy to
table.
do it along with you.
yeah,
Likewise.
yeah. Anything else?
I just want to say, I think it's really obvious that we, as a group and as a town and Friends of Constitution Park, we have way more in common than it appeared at the beginning of this meeting. So we want this asset to go through, we want everyone to get paid, and we want it to be safe, and I look forward to the meeting with them and untangling
Yep.
the rest of
I
it.
fully agree with you.
Yeah.
And as someone who's been there to see it finished, it really is an asset to the town.
It's an incredible,
That's awesome.
incredible,
It's awesome.
unbelievable asset. Fantastic project. You got anything?
No.
Okay. We have two non-public sessions. I'm gonna make a motion to go under session 1, RSA 91A32E, and session 2 under RSA 91A32B. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
417.
Raise the town.
No, it's good.
And we joined.
I chickened out on getting a video myself because I read some stuff on, some people were having trouble getting it to work with their existing web mesh networks, and my wife works from home, so she can't have a service interruption, like she has to have
Still
it.
works from home and we've
You've been
loved
using video?
like 6 months or something.
I should've let them run the lines the first time, but now they're
Okay,
automatic.
ready?
Quiet on set.
Motion to re-enter the public meeting?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to seal non-public minutes from session 1 under E and session 2 under B.
I don't think you want to seal session 2.
Oh, correct, so I retract that motion. I motion to seal the non-public minutes from session 1 under E.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I have
Come in.
this is a motion, we need to make Matt our municipal records committee designee. I think we may have done this, but we're doing it again, just to make sure. It's under RSA 33A:3, so I'm motion to make Matt Sawyer our designee to the municipal records committee.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Head north toward Main
Is
Street.
that it?
Sorry, guys.
That's it?
I'm good.
Good. Second public input, anybody?
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Your name?
My name is Susan McGuire Doyle, Center Ossipee. Matt, Dana wanted me to ask if you could print out the new emergency management thing with just the 5 line items so that I could have it for Wednesday and we can have a copy.
Yep, so I prep all that, and so that would be part of the, you want it in addition to getting
Yes, if I
it?
could, just so that I
Yep.
can see it before Wednesday, before I
Sure.
go back to the budget. You don't have to do it right now, but I'll wait.
Yeah, we're wrapping up, it only takes a second.
Okay, thank you very much.
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah.
Ed, you got something?
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just for the record, what was the grantor of the grant that's related to this trail that required the?
Was that the charitable trust grant?
I don't know, Edwina did a great job with a lot of sources, so there's a comprehensive list.
So there's more than one grant?
Yes,
And
correct.
one of those grants said that you have to follow the codes, and we don't know which one it was. Can I ask later for that
So,
list?
so just for clarification, you gotta follow codes regardless of grants, that's state law, under the IBC or IRC or whichever you're following.
So they changed that? It used to be if municipalities can waive it.
No, you can't.
Unless it's a grant.
Well, yeah, no, you can never waive the building code, no municipality can waive the building code. Even a town that doesn't have a building inspector, you still have to follow code, it's actually RSA 155A.
Are these different codes that you have to follow in the grant? Is it some type of more
She
stringent?
did her own,
Yeah,
she has her own 501c3 and raised
Right.
a lot of money without, so I'm not privy to these grants, it's
Right.
between her 501c3 and her grantors.
yeah.
And often in a lot of towns, I've seen this happen over and over again, even at the county and in Brookfield. We had a grant review committee, because when you sign on to these grants, there's always these terms and conditions. And it seems like everybody should have known what the requirement was. And sometimes people speed past all those terms. There should have been no confusion at this point. So I would encourage you that you create some type of a review process, protocol, or something to review all grants, especially if they're federal grants. Thank you.
Thank you.
I concur.
Okay, seeing nothing further, I motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
All right, thank you guys.
4:36.
What?
I like the new chair.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they? Not bad, for $45.
Yeah?
Have a good day, everyone.
See ya.
Good to see you guys.
She has so much fun. She loves the cook. Yeah, the barbecue, you know, she came last year.
157.
Okay, I got 5:57, I'm going to call the meeting to order. So if you'd stand and join me in the pledge, I'd appreciate it. And Austin, you do the honors.
Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now, the purpose of this meeting is to go over the budget. However, we did have something come up that's going to involve a non-public session, so I'd like to make a motion that we move into non-public. Should be relatively brief. It would be under 91A, Bravo, the hiring of any person as a public employee. Motion has been made. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, Austin?
Yes.
Rich?
Yes.
Ed? Yes.
5:58.